What's up? What's happening, YouTube? We back with another video. As I promised, I got my cousin. You
What it
know,
is?
I'm sorry.
I said, what it is? What it do?
Yeah, I got my cousin lined up. This is my cousin Duncan. And so he's the second half of behind enemy lines.
My
He
wife, my wife. Hold on. This is tell you is real. My wife is calling me. I ain't telling her we was recording. What you want, baby? What you want? I'm recording. All right, go get us something to eat. I love you. Yeah, so I'm Duncan. I'm the enemy, I guess. I guess that's my role. I guess.
yeah. You are the representative of the enemy. You're not the enemy yourself, but you are somewhat of
Okay.
a representative, and you're one of the ones that I can negotiate with.
Okay. So I guess I'm the enemy because I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm a Mavericks fan. Uh, I'm a lifelong Cowboys fan. I'm ride or die. Uh, Lately, since your boy Jerry Jones didn't want to address all this racism stuff, I'm probably more die than ride. Uh, but I love them players, and I'll continue to follow. Um, then the Mavericks, man. I gotta say my boy Cuban is knocking it out of the park. So as as bad as I think Jerry Jones has been on these recent issues, my boy Mark Cuban has been on point. Uh, I dislike the Houston Rockets and the San Francisco 49ers only as everybody got that cousin. Talk too much mess. This is that cousin. I had no feelings for San Francisco, and I used to root for Houston just on some Texas stuff. But this boy that made me hate him. So that's how I became the enemy. So hit us up. What's the first topic, bro?
Yeah, man. So the first thing we're gonna jump on is basketball. They finally coming back. They got it in the bubble. They didn't start the little scrimmages.
Yeah.
So with it being away so long, who you got?
Who I got? Well, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't gonna be the Rockets. Uh, it ain't gonna be the Rockets, and your boy got the Rona. Uh, so his breath ain't gonna be right. His breathing ain't gonna be right. Uh, he might give it to his other teammates.
he good. He good.
He good. All
Run
right.
them for weeks. He
I'm gonna
good.
be honest, man. I'm gonna be. I got three levels to this on the West and only one on the right. Right. On the East Coast. On the East Coast, I'm definitely thinking it's Milwaukee's year. Hopefully they don't fumble. Um,
Hmm.
on the West Coast, uh, I wish it would be my Mavericks. I hope I hope it'll be.
Y'all don't have a prayer.
Uh,
Yeah.
you right there with us, brother.
No,
Uh,
I'm not. No, no,
y'all,
no.
I hope it's gonna be LeBron. I want to see him get one more. But I think it's gonna be the Clippers. So, I wish it was my Mavericks. I hope it's gonna be LeBron, but I think it's gonna be
Okay, so it's Milwaukee and
the
the
Clippers.
Clippers for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well for me, I believe Milwaukee's gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals. My dark horse that I believe
Portland,
can beat
not Portland.
Milwaukee
Toronto.
and will beat Milwaukee to get to the
Toronto.
NBA
Go ahead
Finals.
and say Toronto. You're doing a bunch to say Toronto.
The Boston Celtics.
Ugh.
Yes, I
Oh, you gonna look
believe
you gonna
Boston.
look boo boo. You gonna look stupid,
Boston
my
is,
G.
Boston is as talented as any team in the NBA.
Yeah,
They got a good coach.
I
Um,
agree.
so them boys, they got rid of the headache in Kyrie. They got something to prove.
Yeah, yeah.
Them
I
boys is
agree with
gonna
all that. And I would say They're not on the same level as Toronto. They're not on the same level. They're about even with the Sixers, my G. And that's a problem. That's a problem. I agree with everything you said and would say.
Listen. I don't agree with
What,
that.
Bobo gonna put something on them?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I believe that the 76ers are a talented team, that they're gonna give whoever they have to face trouble, in that final four round.
Yeah.
But I believe Boston has more internal fortitude. The 76ers can't win on the road.
Nah.
And now they ain't at home at all. You know what I'm saying? They fans ain't gonna be around at all. I don't know that team is able to do
good for him, man.
I don't know that Simmons.
You saw Simmons hit a three. He hit his second three of life.
Of life, right? I don't believe he hitting them in the playoffs. So I got Boston upsetting Milwaukee.
Yeah,
getting to the NBA Finals out the East. In the Western Conference, I somewhat agree with you that look, if I had to choose, of course it's my Rockets. My Rockets is my first choice. My second choice is going to be the Clippers. The third choice is anybody but the Lakers.
All right, man. Now,
if it's Utah, Minnesota, people who ain't even there.
I'll let you get this off, man, because this is your show. The last time we had a conversation about the Rockets, you keep saying your Rockets. You said that they're not your team no more.
Look, man.
I'm gonna put you out to all the people.
Okay.
There is no enemy lines here. There's no enemy lines because you ain't got a team.
This is why I'm behind enemy lines. They take things that I say, they hold on to it, and then they bring it back up in front of all my new people. So let me tell you, after last year's debacle in the playoffs, where they my Rockets lose to Golden State team with no Kevin Durant, no Klay Thompson. I don't even think Draymond. He was playing. Draymond and Steph. The Rockets is fully healthy, and you get embarrassed on your own home floor. To add insult to injury, the coach retains his job. Now you fire other coaches, but you keep the head coach. So I was emotional. Okay. Yep. I was at an emotional point, and I said, "Look, I'm done with the Rockets till they get rid of D'Antoni." But at the end of the day, man, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? And I have my chance to get over that initial emotion.
All I'm saying to you is hold out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Hold out a little bit because this year ain't your year. So you just hurt yourself.
I'm not in no way saying that I all of a sudden believe that Mike D'Antoni is going to get it together. My boy James Harden gets a bad rap. Yes, I said it. He get a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? As far as his playoff performances, they try and dog him out, and the boy puts up 30 a game in the playoffs, and they try to act like he perform. But hold on. But so I'm not sitting up saying that I believe that D'Antoni is going to be able to coach in a way that is going to help elevate Russell Westbrook and James Harden and Eric Gordon and the rest of those guys on that team to get to the finals. But I'm not picking nobody else over my team.
Okay.
As my first choice.
Here's what I'll say. Your team, as currently constructed, this is the best chance for y'all. Your team is currently constructed because that boy had time off. And that he always goes into the playoffs tired. So he gonna have a little energy for him. He gonna be doing that super walk that he do, that super backup walk where he takes 16 steps.
Stop hating, man. Stop.
He gonna do all
hating,
that.
Man. You showing your enemy T-shirt.
Hey, bro.
Flashing it for everybody watching.
You cast me as this part. Let me read the script. You know what I'm saying? You cast me as this part. Let me read the script then.
Okay.
Your boy is gonna be. He's gonna have some. He gonna have some jiggle to him. But I think, even though I think Westbrook is a dynamic player, I don't like the makeup of the team. Right, especially getting rid of your big man. Man, that was crazy.
I mean, they still got a big. How much he play? I don't know.
Yeah,
You still
yeah.
they got Tyson Chandler. They did trade for Green.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they got a little bit of size down there.
Yeah, man.
But in the NBA, people ain't pounding it down low like that. You know, it's
No,
the
they not. They
rim
not. But
jump shot. So the where it's gonna really where it would really hurt us is rebounding and protecting the rim.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
They play a whole game. They don't just play half court. So he's gonna have
Right.
to play on the other end. Y'all gonna have to
Yeah,
play on
but
the other end.
they're gonna have to play us on the other end too.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, we got too many scores, too many shooters. You know what I'm saying, for us to be, feeling like we can't beat nobody. Like there's nobody in the Western Conference that I don't believe we can't beat.
I ain't saying y'all gonna get bounced in the first round. That's not what I'm saying. Even though,
like Dallas.
If they do, we are getting on this podcast, this whatever you calling it, this YouTube video podcast, whatever you calling this, we getting on that night. You're not dodging or ducking me if y'all get bounced in the first round. We talking that night, and you finna get all the business. I'll let you slide.
Well, it depends. I might have to work. I work.
They're gonna have excuses. They're gonna
have
excuses. YouTube. Look at them.
It depends on. I'm just saying. I work nights, so it depends on the day. You know what I'm saying? But yes, I won't dodge it. I won't duck it. That'll give me a chance to rant. You know what I'm saying? Let it all out. But furthermore, so ultimately, I got the Rockets in Boston as my top choice. If it ain't the Rockets, then yes, I agree it's gonna be the Clippers. I want to see Kawhi. I want to see Kawhi do his thing and lift that Clippers organization to the NBA Finals and drop a banner on LeBron head.
On some narrative stuff, like stories that I want to see. I want to see Kawhi play versus Toronto again. Like that's what I want to see. And just to replay it.
Toronto was a love story.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna do nothing but give them a mad applause, and
it'll be a good story to see that, as long as it's a good series. It'll be a good story to see. Like for basketball, like for some basketball, I really want to see the Lakers versus Milwaukee. I don't want to see the Clippers because they're too good of a team, right? It'll make for good wins, but I don't want to see them in the finals. I want to see a nice struggle. I want to see two mediocre people fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Floyd versus some no name. I want to see Tyson Fury versus some other mid.
But Toronto is probably like the fifth best team in the East. Like when you think about the best teams in the East, you thinking Milwaukee, the 76ers, Boston. You can throw.
You feel like those teams hold up well to the Clippers?
Better than Toronto, yes.
Oh, okay. You get my arguments confused though. Toronto, I'm just saying the narrative, right? Like not on the court, not the basketball court, but they're gonna make a big deal out of the team that Kawhi left versus the team that Kawhi left too, right? Like it'll be a good narrative, right? The storylines outside of the basketball will be good, and probably a boo-boo basketball series.
Because the games will be trash.
Yeah. It'll be, Stephen A will get up and say something crazy. Like it'll be a good little narrative, right? Like it's the soap opera of the NBA. But it's just like it's just like you go somewhere, you get a new job, and you find out that you now working with your ex chick's current boyfriend, right? Like that's a woo. Oh, what's going on? What's going to happen? Right? Like it's some drama in there. I wanna see that drama. But as a basketball fan, I would rather see uh, the Lakers versus Milwaukee. I don't want to see the Clippers versus nobody because it's not going to be good games.
Why? Why you say?
It'll be good basketball, but it ain't going to be good games.
Why do you say that? Like, explain that to me and the watchers of this channel. I would like to hear this.
Because my team plays the Clippers, and my boy, the White Wonders, the White Wonder Twins, right, get completely shut down.
No,
the White Wonder Twins,
the White
WWT, right?
Oh, is that your name for?
Nah, I just made that up. It don't work, but it was funny. Nah, man, I think on the defensive end of the court, they're dominant. They're very dominant. And they're no slouches offensively. I think you get both of those guys, not both of those guys, because it's a good team altogether. You get all of those guys locked in a final series. I think that's 4-0 just about on everybody in the East. Now, I think there's more competition in the West. But just about everybody in the East, I think Clippers are 4-0 locked in. Nobody hurt, everybody locked in is easy.
I don't know that
explanation. Rebut me then. Give me something.
I believe
them problems.
I believe that even if they are locked in,
yep.
They're not unbeatable. Like they're not gonna run through a Milwaukee. They're not just gonna run through a Boston. Those games are gonna be highly entertaining. Boston and plays great.
I'm gonna need you to invite me to the Boston games you watching, bro. Because I'm not seeing. Now Milwaukee, you got a freak on the court. He can take over, but I don't think that's his game.
It's a freak on the court in Boston. His name is Jason Tatum, bro.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
The boy is a monster. He's a monster.
He's a good young cat.
He's a monster.
I like
straight up. But listen.
Like
they got depth over there. They play defense. They are talented. They have shown you that team when Kyrie was hurt, when they got to the Eastern Conference Finals against LeBron,
right,
and took it to 6 games. They showed you and at that point, what they like rookies and second-year players.
Yeah, man, but he took a big step back, and it wasn't just with Kyrie on the team. Kobe, may he rest in power, messed that little boy game up.
He ain't messed his game up. He ain't messed his game up. He ain't messed his game up.
Trying to make him into Kobe too. You know what I'm saying?
He
can't do what Kobe do.
There's certain nights that he looked like Kobe too.
I got you, but he ain't Kobe Bean.
He ain't the Bean, man. But at the same time, bro, Boston is gonna be a problem. Yeah. You sleep on Boston if you want to. They're gonna be a problem. My overall point is that though Milwaukee, Boston play great defense, they talented, they can score, they have good coaches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so they not gonna be no walkovers or pushovers for the Clippers.
Not just one, if they let the boy Lou play, you know what I'm saying? You got Lou Williams, you got your boy PG, all those dudes are Beverly, you got dudes.
PG is a choke artist.
He can choke all he want to because you got a closer on the team, right? Like that's the reason you put PG with other people, because let them choke. You know what I'm saying? Get them some water. You know what I'm saying? let them go get some water, hit them on the back a couple of times, and let your boy Kawhi close it out. Right? I don't need PG. I just need him to play defense and
be but think
great
about this.
between for 3.5 quarters. Just do what you do for 3.5 quarters.
Who's the starting point guard for Boston?
I don't know.
Kimber.
Oh.
So you got Kimber at point.
Yeah, I do.
You got Tatum. You got Jaylen Brown.
Hey, I'm not trying to take away from Boston.
Bro, I'm
not
telling
trying
you,
to take nothing away from Boston.
No, I'm just saying that's the matchup for the finals, bro. That's the matchup for the finals.
You got Kemba Walker guarding who?
Patrick Beverly, non-scoring.
Yeah, no. What are you asking for from Patrick Beverly on the offensive end of the floor? Nothing. He's not gonna have.
That's
the ball
right. So Kemba gets the rest. He gets the rest.
And Patrick Beverly is a problem on defense.
Stop it, man. Let's not do that. Look,
I love
P-Bev. P-Bev.
We're never gonna see this matchup. So let's do it here.
Made him a household name, you know, and popular and all that. But let's not do that, man. Patrick Beverly is a pest on defense. He ain't a problem. He's a pest.
Yeah.
He ain't never against good point guards. He has never stopped nobody.
Oh, see, but I'm not asking him. I'm not asking him to be the glove on Kemba Walker. I'm asking him to help them keep.
He ain't even admit like he's like if you expect Patrick Beverly to stop, slow down, contain Kemba Walker, you better put your hands in your pocket.
Look. We do have the record of Kemba Walker's former team, right? Like it's not like this boy is over here.
Right. He's
not Allen Iverson.
He's right. He's not Allen Iverson. He's not Russell Westbrook. He's not an elite point guard to the point where you can put an organization on his back. And he can, like rising tide lifts all boats. Like that ain't him. But you put that type of talent on a team and you ask him, look, run the show. Get the people involved that needs to be involved. Get us points when we need them. But outside of that, run the show. He could do that at a high level. And in a way that Kyrie refused to do. That's enough about basketball. Though.
Yeah, because I completely lost the string of the conversation. You were just saying words at the end.
Nah.
I shut it down
like I was supposed to.
No, you did your thing. You did your thing. Hear me out. My daughter just interrupted me, so I missed half the argument. So I came back to the argument like I don't know what we talk about no more. But it sounded good, bro. It sounded good. I appreciate it.
This is what I deal with.
Hit me with the next shot.
Okay, so the next thing, man, the NFL, they getting ready to invite everybody back to training camp.
Yeah.
So, do you believe the season gonna start on time?
Yes.
And so, do you believe it's gonna be a full season?
Okay, I think the billionaires are not gonna let these players mess with their pockets.
Facts.
Right? They're not gonna mess with their pockets. But the public will. And so I don't think we're gonna finish the season. Right? Like I think the you see right now with baseball, you just had the Marlins have to cancel games because of I think it was like 8 players caught coronavirus on the team. Yeah, first time that happens, they're gonna have to shut down games, bro.
Yeah, but see, this is the difference of what the NFL is doing and what baseball didn't do, right? Yeah. So baseball had their players come in, test them, and then send them out, start playing, whoop-de-whoop, and then a couple days later, finds out that, oh, dang, this dude got COVID. Now, he done been around the team for a couple of days, yucking it up and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the issue with the NFL. Before dudes are reporting to training camp, they testing them, sending them away from the building, and waiting a couple days for the test results. After that, once they get in the building, they will get tested every single day. Every single day they will be tested. And as soon as somebody shows that they have tested positive for COVID, they're going to be sent home and quarantined.
Antoine, how long is that going to last, my boy?
I think it's going to last for a minute. If not, the entire season, it's going to last at least through half the season.
They put the NBA in a whole bubble, right?
Yeah, but they could though.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even the whole NBA. They scratched half the league away.
Let me finish my sentence. They put the NBA in a whole bubble, and your boy was out there at Magic City, right? Your boy was out there getting it, talking about some anybody ask. I like food from Magic City. Nah, bro, you like some wings and breasts, right?
Is that Lou Williams?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
are you surprised though?
I'm not. But if that's gonna happen with Lou, what they gonna do with some of them ignorant boys from the NFL? You know what I'm saying? They young.
Hey, look, it boils down.
They got some urges.
It boils down to personal responsibility. I do believe that
the
NFLPA and the owners negotiated to the point to where if you go out, so you come in, you test negative for COVID,
mm-hmm.
and you decide to go out somewhere and put yourself in harm's way, and you contract COVID, that's going to affect your money.
Okay, you think that's going to stop people though?
I do. Because the NFL don't have guarantee. I mean, yeah, they don't have guaranteed.
You know, this is our first season. You talking to a Cowboy fan who like Kobe, God rest his career.
Y'all got a team full of idiots. So
God rest his career.
I don't count
Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory, for whatever reason, whether it's legitimate or not, he couldn't let go of marijuana because it was helpful or whatever the reason, he couldn't do it. You think that you're gonna tell people to stay away from their family?
No, not their families. Because like I said, you testing everybody before they get into.
So are you testing every family? No, we're not talking about. They're gonna do training camp. Yeah, training camp is fine.
I gotta get my charge. Go ahead.
All right. This is beautiful YouTube television right now. This is.
Well, I didn't want to leave you down there just talking to yourself.
Seeing your white beard, we can take a break, bro. We can edit this out. I'm not going to. This is going in there. But you call me the enemy. You finna get the enemy's edited.
Hey, man, look, I'm sorry. I got to get my charge in my phone.
All right, go ahead, go back. But are they gonna test the families every day? No, they're not going to. And this is during the season when people got to go back home. They got to be with aunties, uncles. You know, they take care of these people, right? Like this, they're part of the family structure of their whole family, and you're gonna have people get COVID, man. It's just gonna happen. I don't think the public is gonna let the NFL play out the season as is. Now they might be able to come up with a bubble of their own, and then they'll figure it out. But I don't see how they do it. I don't. But it's gonna start on time. Billionaires are gonna try to do it. They're gonna try to make some money off of it. It might end in a tournament or something. You know what I'm saying? They might go to the playoffs after week 6. I don't know. But I don't think they're going to finish like a whole full season plus the playoff.
Okay. Well, I disagree.
Okay.
The point that I agree with you about is that these billionaires ain't gonna let these people affect their money.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about NFL fans, first of all, they love NFL too much. They too hungry for it, and so if they got to come into stadiums with gas masks on, NFL fans will do it. They'll stay away and watch on TV. That's gonna make me a lot of
Now
money for the table.
that's a better question. Will there be fans in the stadiums?
At some point, there will be. It's not gonna be at max capacity, right? So because the NFL is going to find some way to make money off ticket sales. So if that means for a stadium that normally seats 60,000, you're gonna let 30,000 in. Those seats are going to be pre-made for social distancing. So it may be a family sitting at one spot, and then you got 4 seats, 5 seats in between the next people. You know what I'm saying? But they're gonna let some fans in eventually. Those
I
tickets
agree.
gonna be sky high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how they're gonna try to make some of the money back on the back end. But I see this thing. I see this thing playing out for see. Now the only thing I will say, if there is an issue, I believe it's gonna be on the front end.
Hmm.
The league may not start exactly on time. You know what I'm saying? It may start too after it's supposed to start. But once it gets started, I believe it's gonna play out all the way through.
All right, I'm gonna let the conspiracy theorist in me speak for a second. I Not for real, but I think the NFL is gonna watched what the NBA did when they suspended they league and was like, "We're gonna be right back. Hold on one second. Hold on. We're gonna be right back." And then they was out for 3-4 months. I think they keep the timeline. That's why, hey, you can have the preseason, with 2 games, 1 game, no game. That's fine. We starting on September 11th or whatever it is this year. Um, I think it's gonna happen, bro. I just think the first time that you know the Pittsburgh Steelers end up with 6 players with COVID and they can't play a game because that's half their defense.
Okay, do that mean your team forfeits whoever they gotta play that week?
I know that sounds nice.
No,
But
no, I think that's what it's gonna be. If your team is so irresponsible to where you got so many players missing where you can't line up, you can't fill out a 46-man roster to play a game.
So you think viruses care about responsibility? It's not about
No,
irresponsibility. Yes,
but it is.
One of them can be stupid, and then they in a meeting room, so your whole secondary
Okay, no.
is sick.
I'm gonna tell you, my coach, who I believe is the best play caller in all of football, should have been coach of the year last year and was robbed. Robbed. Yeah, I said it. He was robbed. I don't mean to sound like Stephen A. when I say yeah, I said it. That was
No,
weird.
to be honest with you, bro, who was coach of the year last year? Who was that?
John Harbaugh.
Oh, it was Harbaugh?
Yeah.
What? My dude coached your most hated player to be an MVP. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, don't do that. He's not my most hated player. Don't do that. Second of all, wasn't the Baltimore Ravens a playoff team last year? They do. I believe they were. He took over mid-season for Flacco, and they made the playoffs, and he got embarrassed by the Chargers. So
all I can tell you
basically, a head coach of a playoff team, his team gets back to the playoffs. Yeah, they the number 1 seed. Whoopty whoopty whoop.
That whoopty whoop matters though. All that whoopty whoop.
The 49ers was 4-12 the year before.
Yeah.
And they go from that to the number 1 seed.
But they had a hurt quarterback, did they not?
That's right. So you taking a quarterback who's coming off an ACL injury, right? You lose your left tackle, your right tackle, your center,
all right.
back, your tight end.
I want to familiarize.
Like
I want to
you get all
familiarize.
these people hurt during the season, and you still end up with the number one seed in the NFC. Which conference is tougher, the NFC or the AFC?
Bruh. All right, we can't talk over each other because it's gonna be horrible. But I want to familiarize the viewers with the existing argument, right? Like, because we having we on the level that we haven't included them in on yet,
No,
right?
this ain't the time.
And this will be
I
a
know
good
where you
segue to the next conversation, right? So, I guess I'm the enemy. So your hero, I guess, maybe.
Well,
Your
you
hero
something else.
said he
Something
wouldn't
else.
take Lamar Jackson in the third round, right? He wouldn't take him in the third round. Now I'm gonna be a stand-up guy, right? Because I'm a good enemy. I'm gonna be a stand-up guy and admit that we agreed on Lamar Jackson. I didn't think he was gonna be good either. I was a Deshaun Watson fan, and he don't like black quarterbacks. So he didn't like
Wow.
Deshaun Watson. He doesn't like Lamar Jackson. But Harbaugh took a quarterback that nobody believed in, and made him into a player, not a quarterback, but a player, right? He made him into a player. I think he could get to a quarterback just like Russell Wilson got to a quarterback eventually.
Don't do that. Don't do that, man.
Go ahead. Hit me with it, because you're gonna say some hater stuff. Go ahead.
I'm not saying no hater stuff, man, but
Go ahead. Let the hater out. I let the hater out this
Russell
episode. Go ahead.
Russell Wilson as a passer was moons and galaxies better than
He averaged like 150 his first year.
You talking about in the NFL what he averaged as a passer, but that was based on the team and how they ran that team. It was built around Legion of Boom. It was built around beast mode. You know what I'm saying? But as a passer, from the pocket, far better than Lamar. Even now, as a rookie, Russell was. And so it's not fair to say, oh, well, just like Russell, what? Nah.
Now I think I believe in that black man. I support that black king. just because you don't like black quarterbacks at all.
I support that black king too. I shoot a salute to him for the job he did last year. He ran
so the
like
quarterback that helped, the quarterback that supported him. I mean, the coach that supported him. Give that man some props. Give Harbaugh some props.
He shouldn't have been coaching.
He did a good job. Come on, let's say it together.
He did a good job.
Okay.
He shouldn't have been coach of the year. That was my whole point. He shouldn't have been coach of the year. You know what I'm saying? Your level of difficulty has to play into the equation.
I think we should come up with a new award in the NFL, and that's most surprising team. And I think that should go to San Francisco. I agree that he did. Y'all were the most surprising team last year. That's not true.
I don't know if we was the most surprised. I guess if you want to say in a good way, maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Who else was surprising for real last
year? Cleveland. They were surprised.
I mean, not really. I didn't believe in them anyways, right?
But I didn't. I'm not gonna say I believe.
If you listen to everybody else,
but come on, dog. Like I believe that they was gonna at least be fighting for a playoff spot.
I remember what happened, as you know, just as a Cowboys fan. I remember what happened when the Eagles put together the dream team, and they were horrible that year.
Right. But this wasn't a dream team. They really only added one piece. It was really they only added.
No, but they have been adding one piece. They have been adding one great piece a year, right? It was
like the last 3 years.
Nah, bro. It was
before. Listen, it was
Myles Garrett.
It was Jarvis Landry 1 year.
Yeah.
That's the year Myles Garrett got drafted. But he a rookie. You don't count them. Jarvis Landry was 1 year.
But I do. I counted them. That's what I did.
You count. So a rookie you are counting to because I definitely
Myles Garrett coming out was supposed to be the greatest defensive end to ever come out since Jadeveon
Young Clowney.
Yeah. Right. So he was supposed to be great. Like he was highly built. You know, pause to get that man his props, $100 million guaranteed. Yeah, he was a great player. They were putting together really good players, and there was other moves they were making other than just I was about to call that man ODB. Before Odell Beckham, and it was a decent put together team, but I didn't think they were going to be great. I thought they were going to be middle of the road, and they weren't that. That was surprising.
Well, I thought they was going to be fighting for a playoff spot. I also didn't expect who was another team that was very surprising was Green Bay. Green Bay was coming off of, if I believe, a 6-10 season. You got a rookie head coach.
Nah, that wasn't surprising to me. I've watched them.
They was the second seed. They was the second seed in the NFC.
Yeah, I expected that. It's heartbreaking, but yes. Yeah.
Well,
I expected that. They have the
is the only ones who believed it.
They have the dying king on their team, right? The former best quarterback in the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
He was never the best quarterback in the NFL. Never.
He was clearly the best quarterback in the NFL for like 3 or 4 years.
Never.
All right. Who should be the enemy now? Who is the hater? Who's the hater now?
I'm not hating. I'm just speaking facts. Brett, I'm finna call him Brett Favre.
Don't call him Brett Favre.
Aaron Rodgers was never the best quarterback in the NFL. If you want to say that at a point, at a juncture, he was the most talented, okay, I can agree with that. Best quarterback in the NFL? Never. Not when you sharing a league that featured Drew Brees, Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
All right, before Patrick Mahomes, for the 3 years before that, we're not talking teams. You tend to do this. You tend to make team outcomes into quarterback outcomes, and it's not the same. The 3 years before the last two, Aaron Rodgers was the best quarterback in the NFL. He did not have the best outcomes in the NFL. Tom Brady is a better outcomer, right? Drew Brees.
Tom Brady is the GOAT.
I can't fix my mouth to say it. I have a jaw issue.
This is what Cowboy fans do.
I have a jaw issue that won't let me say that. It's not my fault. I have a list that won't let me say what you just said.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So because of my issue, I can't say that. But if you want to say that, I mean, you can continue to. I can't deny it. There's no facts on my side to deny it, but my mouth just
right. Again,
but even if we were to take what you said as a given, that is the extent of that man's career that he put together. And during that career, there were years that other quarterbacks were better. There were years that Peyton Manning was better than Tom Brady. There was years that Drew Brees were better than Tom Brady, and there was 3 years that
statistically
Aaron Rodgers was better than Tom Brady.
If you mean statistically, yes, there were years that Drew Brees and Peyton Manning were better than Tom Brady statistically. But Brady, Brady ended up leading his teams to Super Bowl. They ended up leading their teams home.
Right. You gave me 2 things that I needed for my argument. You said he might have been more talented. He might have put up more stats. Okay.
I said that about Aaron Rodgers.
And I'll take it.
I didn't say that about Aaron Rodgers. I said Peyton Manning and Drew Brees. Yeah, you got to go back.
So there were no years that statistically Aaron Rodgers was better
than Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Not that I remember, but I don't know. I'm not. I don't
Okay.
follow the Patriots like that. I don't follow Aaron Rodgers like that.
You don't follow the Patriots. Don't. Why you gonna sit up here and lie?
I
You
don't.
in love with Tom Brady. You cried a little bit when Tom Brady didn't go to the San Francisco 49ers.
No,
I
no,
saw
no,
you.
no, no,
There,
no, no,
there
no,
was
no,
tears.
sir. No, sir. I did not.
Why?
I did not want Tom Brady to replace Jay.
Watch the setup. Watch the
I
setup,
did not
folks.
want him to replace
Why?
Jay.
Why? Why didn't you
Because
want
he's
Tom Brady?
old. He's on his way out. I got
And
a
he was
young
old
lion.
last year. He was old the year before. He was old the year before that.
Okay, so
These last 3 years.
tell me the time that you ever heard me say, "Man, I want Tom Brady on the Niners." I'll wait.
My point.
You ain't never heard me say that.
My point the whole time is that Aaron Rodgers had 3 years. And speaking of that, speaking of quarterbacks, what do you think about them not giving Dak Prescott his due? And let me admit this to the viewers: we had a bet that I never paid on, and I'm never going to pay on because I don't have that much money. So I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna renege on my word. That Dak Prescott was gonna get paid more than $25 million. I was obviously wrong, and this is years back, so it's not like I was saying that this year. But he should have got paid what he was asking for this year, I think. What do you think about how the Cowboys value Dak Prescott?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
Hey man, don't pull nothing.
Because I saw this. I saw this coming when 2 years ago, the first year he negotiated a new contract, and Dallas was pussyfooting around paying him then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was saying, you do not let your franchise quarterback play out the final year of his contract. It's gonna create bad blood. He's not gonna forget it. It's gonna be an issue. At this point, Dak has 2 years remaining with Dak Prescott. He is not gonna sign a long-term deal with Dallas next year unless Dallas decides to pay him $600 million for the next 6, 7, 8 years or something.
Hey man, I disagree with you. I don't know where, I don't know why, but I disagree. I don't know. I just want to say I disagree because that hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It's probably true, but I disagree because I don't want it to be true. I want for the first time since Quincy Carter us to keep a black quarterback. I love Tony Romo. It's not about color exactly, but I would love for us to keep this man. I don't think we will, but you know, at least he's getting the props from everybody else that he deserves. Though I'm not sure everybody giving your boy Garoppolo the props that he deserves.
They're not. And it's very frustrating for a Niner fan, all of us around the world, as many of us that it is. It is very, very frustrating to see this kid come off of a torn ACL. He's really not able to do much at all.
Talk your talk, King.
Doing OTAs in minicamp.
Talk it.
And to lead a team to 13-3.
Yeah.
He's just short of 4,000 yards passing. Completed 69% of his passes.
69.
27 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And all they want to talk about is one throw that he missed in the Super Bowl.
Oh well, while you're there, he didn't do too well in the playoffs, my G.
He didn't do bad in the playoffs.
He didn't look like Tannehill.
He wasn't.
But he was close.
He wasn't called upon to carry the team in the playoffs because the teams that we played were trash. Like they weren't on our level.
And when he needed the throw at the end, I called you. I called you to bemoan, like, I'm not watching no more Super Bowl because y'all won. I said that.
Yeah, you jinxed, and you was the jinx. You was the jinx. Like, you never call a man in the middle of a game. And I don't even know why I answered your phone call. But you was the jinx. Because after you called me, everything flipped on his head. We was playing with. Anyway, I don't want to go back to that. But my point is, I heard somebody say, oh, well, Garoppolo, um, now it's to the point where until he makes that throw in the playoffs, until he, you know, has great games in the playoffs, then basically he ain't gonna get no respect.
Didn't you say that about Tony Romo? This sounds like a Tony Romo argument right here.
Well, let me ask you a question.
I know he didn't make it to the Super Bowl. I got
you. No. I wouldn't even say that. How many times did Tony Romo fail in the playoffs before people started saying that? Twice. Okay, so after Jimmy G's first full season started, first playoff run ever, he's now to where it's playoffs a bust. It's now to where he has to have huge games in the playoffs to be respected. Meanwhile, a guy like, I don't know, Deshaun Watson is considered a top 5 quarterback and ain't done squat in the NFL.
Why don't you like black quarterbacks?
A guy like Lamar
Why don't you like black quarterbacks?
A guy like I don't hate black quarterbacks. A dude like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you choose another black quarterback.
And he looked like garbage in the playoffs. He got more interceptions than he got touchdowns. I don't hear nobody talking about how bad he is of a quarterback.
Okay, can I answer you for real though?
Can I answer you for real? Yes, sir. Right. Yes, sir.
So if we're comparing Tony Romo to Garoppolo, Tony Romo didn't. Huh?
We shouldn't be. Tony Romo don't play no more.
Yeah, he don't. I'm just bringing up old arguments of yours. But the reason why they talked about his failure was because he choked, not because he couldn't make a play.
Right. He was a choke artist.
Right. So he fumbled the ball versus Seattle, stuff like that. It wasn't an issue of his throws. It was an issue of, man, can he handle the pressure? And that's the difference with Jimmy Garoppolo. There was a zip on the ball that we saw from Jimmy before the injury that we didn't see last year. And that's really where that argument, I'm not making that argument, but I can see that argument because of that. Jimmy G was not the same player. He might be this year, but he was not the same player last year that he was before. The reason why we talk about Deshaun Watson, the reason why we talk about Lamar Jackson is because of people like Antoine Gray, who at the start of their career set very low expectations for them, right? And then they exceeded those expectations. As opposed to Jimmy G leaving the Patriots was supposed to be this great quarterback, and y'all paid him like it, right? Y'all paid him a good amount.
You paid him the going rate quarterbacks, which is what good franchises do.
I'm not. You're asking me a specific question. I'm answering your specific question. Why? No. Why? You asked why? Why do we talk about Lamar Jackson differently than we talk about Jimmy G? Why do we talk about Deshaun Watson?
That wasn't the question. The question is how. The question is how is Jimmy G after one full season as a starter, and one playoff run, he is in the media's eyes looked at as he has to do XYZ in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Right. Because to be respected, by them.
Being paid like a top quarterback, or he was one of the top contracts at the time, right? Not anymore, but at the time, he was one of the top paid quarterbacks. His expectations were high when he got to San Francisco, and he has not lived up to the quarterback play, not the outcomes, because he has with the outcomes, but he hasn't lived up to the quarterback play that you would expect from what we expected from him. If you're comparing Jimmy G specifically to Lamar Jackson, I would agree with you. They're probably equal, bro. But not as a quarterback, but as players of the position.
Listen,
right? Not as a thrower of the football, but players of the position. They're coming out with the same outcomes.
I don't buy the expectation argument because Deshaun Watson was a top 10 quarterback drafted in the first round. Lamar Jackson was also a first round pick as a quarterback. So the expectations are much higher for a first round draft pick coming out and a guy who's been sitting on the bench for 3.5 years behind a starter.
Let's be honest. What happened? Let's be honest. Let's take it to. We got like 2 more minutes, right? If we want to cut off before an hour. So let me quickly get to the point. All right. Your boy Dak Prescott, your boy, because you called him, I didn't. Right? Your boy Dak Prescott overplayed his value. 4th round draft pick, paid like a 1st round draft pick. From then on, they started to look at people like that who were differently talented and started to pick people like that, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, and they saw that they got the return on their value, whether they thought they would or not. Because both of those quarterbacks, there was a debate about whether they could be real quarterbacks. You participated in that debate. You said that neither one of those quarterbacks were worth the shoes that they strapped up in, right? So for both of those quarterbacks, based on your expectations, they overcame both of those expectations.
I'm talking about the media. I'm talking about the media. The media didn't see Deshaun Watson the same way I did, and they still don't. You know what I'm saying? So it's not.
What are you doing right now, bro?
What are expectations? The media saw Deshaun Watson as an elite quarterback, as a top 5, top number 1 overall pick quarterback, specifically in that draft. You know what I'm saying? And to them, he has lived up to every expectation that they had of him, which is why put him in the top 5 of quarterbacks.
Here comes the hate. Is he one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league right now?
10? Yes. 5?
Okay. That's surprising from you. And I would agree, probably not top 5. Lamar Jackson, is he top 10?
Quarterback? No. Playmaker, running back, yeah, he up there. But I'm sorry, there are better throwers of the football.
Yeah, but that's not all the position is anymore, bro. It evolved. Michael Vick.
It is evolved.
Evolved.
That's right. But I was just going to say that. You had the Steve Youngs. You had the Randall Cunningham. You had guys that can maneuver out the pocket, extend plays, that type of thing. Okay, so you can have both. Russell Wilson is both. Deshaun Watson is more of both. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even Baker Mayfield, he's more of both.
Yeah.
And my thing was last year on his MVP run, I said, I want to see what happens with Baltimore when a team is able to take away the run, when a team is able to get a lead to where Lamar Jackson now has to stand in the pocket, deliver throws down the field, find open man, and bring his team back. Come back from a 10-point, 13-point deficit where you can't turn around, hand the ball off to Ingram and do your little run action fakes where you running or they running, you know what I'm saying, where you can control the clock, control the game. Let's see how he performs when it's all based on what you do with your head and your right arm. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, there are more than 10 quarterbacks upstairs with the arm, and I'm not trying to say that he don't got it upstairs.
Yeah, you are.
I'm really not.
You heard hugged yourself and was like, "Ooh, I shouldn't have said that."
I know how people would take it. I know how people would take it. Like, oh, no, I'm not saying about the brother. I do believe that he got it upstairs, but I'm just saying I believe that there's more than 10 quarterbacks who are better at that right now at this juncture than he is.
Okay, we don't have the time, but hopefully we can edit it in, or we can just go over an hour, right? Give me those 10, dog.
Oh my Lord. Okay, so top 5, I got the GOAT. I got Russell Wilson.
Are we talking? Whoa. Before we go, we gotta give credentials. Are we talking currently better? Are we talking careers?
I'm talking about currently.
Okay, so you
Right? Listen,
you gonna put your boy Tom Brady over Lamar
listen,
Jackson for real?
yes. No question about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry
No
for you.
question about it. No question about it. Until Tom Brady looks like Peyton Manning did in his last year, yes.
I know nobody's
Over
watching.
Lamar Jackson.
I know nobody's watching, right? But a year from now, I need y'all to light this boy up in the credits. In the comments, I need y'all to light this boy up in the comments a year from now when we get more people watching.
Yeah. Let's see what people think a year from now with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay with all those boys and weapons he got. We're gonna get lit up in a year from now.
Okay.
But, okay, so I got the GOAT. I got Russell Wilson.
Uh-huh.
I got Patrick Mahomes.
Uh-huh.
I got Drew Brees.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers. That's my top.
Uh-huh. That's your top 5.
Right. So 6, I'm sorry.
You should be.
I'm going Big Ben.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna put Jimmy G there. Go ahead, keep going.
see that? This is why it's called It Behind Enemy Lines. It's just, I'm telling you. Okay, so I got Big Ben. I got
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I got Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
And really, I shouldn't.
As in your top 7, you got Kirk Cousins, above Dak Prescott, above Jimmy G. Like, these are players I got above Kirk Cousins.
Right. Now if you hold on,
I'll start from the bottom.
Let me finish
Jared
my
Goff. Got Jared Goff.
Let me finish. I got Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Okay.
I love that you got Deshaun Watson at 8, by the way. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
Before you said he won't work it.
I got him at 8. And so from 9 to 12, these players are interchangeable.
I respect that. I respect this list. Go ahead.
Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Jimmy G, Jared Goff.
Okay, so in some world,
Jared Goff is 12.
Okay, yeah.
Jared Goff is 12.
Did you put Carson Wentz in there?
No.
Okay, yeah, you messed up.
Carson Wentz is 7. Kirk is 8. Watson is 9. It still remains the same. 9 to like 12 or 13 are interchangeable, but Jared Goff is at the back of whatever is left.
Okay, so in some worlds, Lamar Jackson is in your top 10 if he's interchangeable for number 10.
No, not really.
Well,
I mean, the way that you stand it, I guess the way that I said it, I guess you can look at it that way, but I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback, because if I'm going off of just of what I think as far as throwing the football, you know what I'm saying, that type of thing, then I would have to put him as a passer, as a thrower of the football behind Jared Goff.
Okay, why do you keep saying, like, it's like saying, as a basketball player, as a dribbler of the ball, that's not all someone does.
No. But you do separate players by certain skill sets. Like, you would say that Steph Curry, as a shooter, is the greatest point guard ever. But as a pure point guard, passing, rebound.
Yeah, but that wasn't the.
He
I,
ain't in the top 5. He
I,
ain't in the top 7 all time.
I respect that rhetorical game you playing. I respect that, but that's not what we said. That's not what we said. We said quarterback. I didn't say who is the best.
As a passer, he's not in the top 10.
Yeah, you keep adding these descriptors. We said quarterback. Who is the top 10 quarterbacks? So that includes running, passing, hiking of the football, all that.
Okay. So I guess you forcing me to do 9 and 10. Okay, so Deshaun Watson is 9. Okay, Jimmy G's 10. You know what I'm saying? And Dak, Dak, and the rest of you guys, y'all right there. You're right outside the top 10. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this to close out. I respect. I don't respect that you put Carson Wentz so high because if we're taking the whole package, Carson Wentz gets hurt a lot. Not that he's not a better quarterback than the people that you put him ahead of, but staying healthy is a part of being available is the best ability.
No doubt.
Availability is the best ability, and he's not always available.
Right.
I wouldn't personally put him above Dak Prescott, but I would make him interchangeable with Dak Prescott. Not from a talent standpoint. I would agree that Carson Wentz is a more talented quarterback than Dak Prescott. For outcomes and consistency, your boy he shows it. Kirk Cousins, y'all will get to know my absolute despise of Kirk Cousins' game as we go on in the series. He's what I call fool's gold. He looks the part. He's playing a different part, right? Like he is one of these things are not like the other. You gotta spot it. He is.
He beat Drew Brees. He beat Drew Brees last year in the Superdome in the playoff.
He is what people thought Tony Romo was, right? Like what people said Tony Romo was. He really is. He is a choke artist. I am not a Kirk Cousins fan, but that being said, I respect you putting Jimmy G below all those players that you didn't give the people some fluff and put him higher than he was. I think Cam deserves more than you gave him. Not last year though. So if we're just going off of last year, you're right. But if we're going on like what he's capable of last year,
look, first of all,
he deserves a little more.
Okay, and I respect that. But I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. Number one, yes, I tried to be as objective as I could. Do I believe that at the end of this year that Kirk Cousins is gonna be ahead on that list of Jimmy G? No.
Yeah, but I believe he don't deserve to be up there in the first place.
I believe Jimmy is gonna fly up this list, but with him having only 1 year as a starter, one full season as a starter, and one playoff run, I'm trying to be objective and say, okay, I'm not gonna wild out where people can attack me and be like, he just had 1 year. How you put him in the top? Yeah, so
I'm gonna shoot you some bell.
Oh, hold on.
I'm gonna shoot you some bell.
Okay.
I don't think you can go off of this year because it's a weird year, right? So if he don't do good this year, I don't think you can take it away from him this year because I'm not sure you can grade anybody well this year.
Well, everybody's gonna be graded regardless because at the end of the day,
well, that
it's all about what you do once you get on the football field. Everything else with the fans and all of that, that's noise. You know what I'm saying? That now it's gonna affect some team. I believe it's gonna affect some teams where they'll get off to a slow start because you had no OTAs, you had no mini camp, you're gonna have training camp, but it ain't gonna be no preseason games. And so guys are going to have to try and get themselves in shape. Teams that got new coaches, new schemes, a lot of new players. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to – we bringing back a lot of the same team we had last year. I think we only lost grand total of like 3 of our starters. of
Is
the
this the
20
portion?
lost
I
3.
think I'm gonna edit this out. Is this the portion of the where you just start talking about the San Francisco 49ers?
How you gonna edit out when I'm talking about my squad?
I
But
don't,
I'm gonna
I
keep it.
don't feel like talking about this.
I'm gonna
All
keep
right,
it.
man. I love you, cousin.
Let me address Cam.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna keep it all the way funky. Cam Newton is a less criticized, less politicized, better supported Colin Kaepernick. And what I mean by that is when Cap was
I was ready. I was ready to roast you. I was ready. Like I was. I was about to say, you just don't like black quarterbacks, but I that's 100% funky. Okay, I can roll with it. I will say this. I will say this. He had more staying power than your boy, right?
I said better supported. He was better supported because Harbaugh was only there. He was only in San Fran for 4 years. The fourth year, he already out the team out and all of that. If Jim Harbaugh would have had a better relationship with ownership with Jed York, where he could have stayed there, Colin would have stayed there. They would have continued to put talent around him, build that team.
My guy, where's his MVP, my G?
Again, he was better supported. Like it can't be forgotten on what all took place the final years that Harbaugh was there. Now with
He went
Harbaugh,
to the Super Bowl, my G. Like
they went to three consecutive NFC championship games. They made a Super Bowl. Fourth year, Jim Harbaugh knew he was out. The whole team knew he was out. You know what I'm saying? He was leaving and going to Michigan at the end of that season. They went 8-8. Jim Harbaugh left. Patrick Willis retired. Anthony Davis retired. Alden Smith got arrested and released again.
yeah,
Michael Crabtree left.
he's gonna be good for the Cowboys, by the way. Alden Smith, yeah.
Right.
But hey, bro, listen.
Who haven't played football in 3.5 years, he gonna be outstanding for the Cowboys.
Listen, all right. Hey man, it's time for me to go pray for Jerry Jones. So I'll see you later. I'll have this edited and up. I'm probably just gonna grab the whole thing, man. So
hey, that'll work.